Yes, everybody, you know what time it is. It's your boys Jack and Dave here. Back by popular demand, we're doing another predictions video ahead of this Liverpool match. We've asked around the Spurs community, all the Spurs channels who we do collaborate with, to see what their thoughts are and what their predictions are ahead of this Liverpool match. But let's get straight into things, Dave. Let's see what Paul has to say from Hotspur Hippie.
Hey Spurs fans, Irish Hotspur fans, Paul the Hotspur Hippie here. Here's my prediction for Tottenham versus Liverpool in a few days' time. I think it's a fixture. In the past, we've played well, but we haven't quite got over the line. Even when we've been rubbish, we've kind of done okay, but we haven't got the results against Liverpool. But this year is different. This year is different. Mo Salah, not on form, only scored 3 goals, one of which was a penalty, so he ain't scoring. I think Udogie's going to have him in his pocket, along with all the other players he's carrying around. That's the only thing that's weighing Udogie down at the moment, is all the souls of these players that he's been taking the mickey out of. I think up front we're going to dominate their defence. I think Sonny is going to absolutely flip Virgil Pancake. Yes, so I can't see Liverpool scoring against us. Midfield battle, 4-0 Spurs.
Nice one, Paul. Nice one, Paul. Very, very good to see there, my friend. And what I did like about that one, Dave, is that he said Udogie, right? Its only problem is that he's just, pocketed so many defenders already. Is there any space for Salah left, with all the pockets that, his pockets are too full?
I love the Virgil van Pancake, Jack. Oh, that one absolutely tickled me. Let's move on to Ashmatic and see what he has to say from Southview COYS.
View COYS, big up every time to Irish Hotspur. Big up the chest. 4-3, I'm predicting to Tottenham. Here's why. I think the wide areas is where we get them. Don't sleep on Kulu. Kulu is going to be a sleeping giant. Trust me. Those wide areas where we expose them, where we hurt them. Last game I saw Kulu was involved quite a bit. But I remember last game as well, Perchy was sourcing down that left-hand side. I know he's injured, but whoever plays down that left-hand side, they can be got at. So down those wings, through the centre, as we saw against Arsenal, Son's a threat. We know he's finishing. We know he's world class when it comes to that. So I think we've got the home advantage as well. So they're going to be shaky. Don't get twisted. When they drop from a 4-3-3 into a 4-2-4, they are a problem. And when they are behind, they can change the game. I don't think Klopp's worried about what we do. And I don't think Ange is worried about what Liverpool do. It's going to be rock and roll versus heavy metal. Come on, you Spurs. Let's bring it.
I love it. Love it there, Ashmatic. Absolutely love it, my friend. And Southview COYS, absolutely head on over there if you want to get some more of that stuff. But yeah, he's brought up how the defense of Liverpool can be got at, and I completely agree. I feel like they're not as sturdy, not as sort of as really tough to get past as they used to be. Van Dijk, I don't think is the defender he used to be. I don't even think that's the case as well with Andy Robertson. He seems to not really be performing at the same levels he once was. But yeah, and even, his partner, Van Dijk, Konate or Matip, I feel like I'd rather have our partnership of Romero and certain Mickey Van de Ven. But Ashmatic, Dave, anything to say to him?
Yeah, look, for me, I think he's absolutely spot on about the back line, Jack. I think Kulu, he's getting better as the season's growing, and I think Kulu definitely has a part to play tomorrow. But just on the back line, it's also the protection in front of the back line. It's McAllister. It's not his natural position, so I do think we can get a bit of joy down that middle. Liverpool do seem to be open, but big up, Ash. Great prediction, my man.
It's me, Holly from Holly's Hotspurs. I'm here to give my match preview as we face Liverpool at the weekend. We're obviously in whole high spirits at the moment, obviously after nicking a point at the Emirates, which is normally a very tough place for us to go to, but we've managed to get rid of that hoodoo already. We were unlucky to obviously manage to find that winner. So I'm in high spirits going into this game against Liverpool. Again, I'm not going to say I'm confident, I'm going to say I'm ready again. It's probably the best way to look at it. I don't think Liverpool are going to be an easy game. I think they've got a little bit under the radar at the minute with the way their games have been going and the fact that they've been picking up points. But coming to our ground after we've just had an amazing game at the Emirates, at home, our ground, I think it's going to be a game for everyone, for sure. I think there's going to be a lot of efforts for Sonny. I think Sonny's going to absolutely boss it again. And I wouldn't be too surprised if we actually do come away with this with a win. I'm going 2-1. Let's banish this hoodoo with Liverpool. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, Holly. Absolutely love it. And she's putting up a brave face because I think she said originally she doesn't even like these predictions, Dave, but she's still doing them for us.
No, absolutely true and true, Jacko. Look, Holly's still a bit, hurt from years gone by. She says she's not confident, but she's ready. Absolutely love that. I think that sums up the sentiments of most Spurs fans. But she's right. We are at home. If we're ever going to break that hoodoo, it's now, Jack. And absolutely everyone, fans, manager, player, we all have our part to play. Big up, Holly. Now, let's get over to hear what Mr. Game Day Shawnee Boy from Spurs Talk Show has to say ahead of today's game. Let's go.
Yes, guys, Sean Butler here from the Spurs Talk Show. This is my prediction for the 5:30 kickoff on Saturday, Tottenham versus Liverpool. I think it'll be a really tight game again, similar to the Arsenal game. Two teams that will want to come and play football, two teams that will set up to press and play attractive attacking football. There's not a lot between the two teams when you look at them generally, but I would say that Liverpool have the edge offensively. I think they have more attacking options, more variety and more goal-scoring threats than Tottenham probably do on balance. But I think that Tottenham have the edge defensively. I think we're slowly but surely building a real solid foundation from the back. And I think that once again, the game will be determined by who wins the midfield battle. How will Bissouma do against McAllister and Szoboszlai will likely determine it. And obviously as well, will James Maddison be able to get past their midfield and get forward, get into the sometimes shaky defence that Liverpool have this season. It'll be an interesting game. I'm going for a 2-1 to Tottenham.
Thank you, Shawnee. Very good one, my friend, and I enjoyed that. He's, again, referencing, maybe a bit of a shaky defense of Liverpool's. Anything that you would pull out of Shawnee's there? And also, I hope he starts to feel a little bit better, going into this weekend. Maybe this good result that's, headed our way can maybe make him feel a bit better. But anything you say to Shawnee there?
Well, like he speaks about our backline, I think he's absolutely spot on too. It's been absolutely crucial to us getting results this season. Last season, I reckon I would say we were scoring at the same rate, Jacob, but what we weren't doing was keeping them out. And I think we've made a good attempt at that this year, and I think it's only going to get even better between Mickey Van de Ven and Romero. And I think this game today or tomorrow, Jacko, could be the game where they absolutely thrive and flourish and announce themselves on the world stage as a duo.
Yeah, let's see if they can announce themselves onto the world stage, just like you say there. Let's move on over to our next guest, who I believe is the Dermatron. I think we're going to get on over to the Dermatron, see what he has to say, Davo.
Let's go. Hopefully another cracking opening like last week.
Hi, this is Dermatron from THFC Till I Die with Tottenham versus Liverpool pre-match predictions. Look, it's going to be a tough game. It's not going to be easy. Look, Liverpool are second in the league, for a reason. Klopp hasn't got them purring yet, but they're a difficult side to beat. But saying that, we don't fear them. We don't fear anyone. We went to their Emirates and bossed Arsenal. We're going to do the same thing now with Liverpool as well. We're going to say moaning Klopp back to Liverpool without any wheels on his bus, because we're going to nick them. We're going to stick bricks under the bus and leave him standing there, and he can moan some more and start crying. Like we did with Lego Tinky Winky Man down at the Emirates last week. We're going to nick the 3 points and we're going to take them all the way home. My score prediction be 2-1 Liverpool. Come on, you Spurs.
Love it, Dermatron. Love it. Dave, he's pointed out that Klopp will find something to complain about. What do you think he will complain about? He can't complain about our style of play, so what will he find to complain about? Maybe the bricks underneath his bus, I guess.
Yeah, a lot to unpack there from Dermo. Dermo doesn't want to let them leave London. He wants to beat them and then leave them stranded there and leave them in that environment. A bit cruel, but look, absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Stroppy, cloppy, Jack. We know that he'll find something to complain about. Probably the VAR. He might even come on camera after and just moan about how good we are. Who knows, Jack?
Yeah, that's exactly what he might do. But big up to Dermatron, big up to THFC Till I Die. Let's head on over to our next guest, Lee the Dorset Spur, see what he has to say.
Oh, that grunt at the end of his video last week, Jack. He gave us a chubby. Let's see if he does it again.
Hey all, Lee the Dorset Spur back with another prediction video for the IrishHotspur guys. If you thought that last weekend was going to be difficult, I think this one's going to be the harder test. Looking at Liverpool's results so far, they're scoring for fun. 3-1s all over the place, 3-0s. The most difficult game they had was against Chelsea at 1-1. But We are the comeback kings, as I predicted last week. The Arsenal would score first and we would come back. I think this is going to be a tight one, if I'm really honest, but I think it will be free flowing. I think there will be goals in it. I'd love to say that we're going to turn them over, we're going to buck the trend, but I really feel that this has got a 3-3 thrilling draw all over it. Would I be happy with that? I think I probably would. If I thought that we could come out of those two games with a minimum of 2 points, I'd have taken it. So I'm going to leave it there. Up the Spurs. Come on.
Love it. Absolutely love it there from Lee, the Dorset Spur. Dave, he's gone for a 3-3, a big thriller. And I feel like he said that he's going to be all right with that. And he would take that point. Would you take 2 points from these games? I'm not sure. I feel like maybe a few days, down the road, I probably would. I feel like I wouldn't be as delighted with the point against Liverpool as I was against Arsenal.
Do you know what, Jack? If you told me after the start that we had 4 of our 6 first games all away from home, that you would come out unbeaten against United, Arsenal at the Emirates, and Liverpool at home again, I would have absolutely snapped your hand off. But public out there, let us know below. Would you take a 3-3 draw? But I think Lee could be spot on with a high-scoring game, Jack. He talks about Tottenham being the comeback kings, but also Liverpool are the comeback kings, including their Carabao Cup games. Now, they've gone behind 5 times this season in games and been able to come back from it. So it's going to be a tale of the comeback kings, Jack. Whoever scores first, this game will not be over.
Let's head on over to the United Spurs of America and see what Jacob has to say.
Over Jack's side of the pond. Let's go.
Good morning, Dave, Jack. My predictions for Liverpool versus Spurs at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's going to be a doozy. I think there's going to be goals galore. I think everyone's going to be scoring. I think our average right now is at least 2 goals a match. Liverpool's average right now is at least 3 goals a match. It's going to be an end-to-end affair. Mohamed Salah is a player that Destiny Ugodi has not yet faced in this level is not a level that he's faced yet. It's going to be our biggest tough test as a team. I've been saying it's time to talk to Tottenham nicely. People aren't ready to have that conversation. But if we potentially walk away with Liverpool getting a point or even 3 points, I think people are going to have to start giving Tottenham a lot more respect. But either way, my score prediction right now, I'm saying 3-2 Tottenham Hotspur. You know what? I'm changing it. Live on video. 4-3 Tottenham Hotspur. We're going to score 4. They're going to score 3. It's going to be back to back to back. All these goals are going to be flying in. It's going to be a great, entertaining match. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. Big up, boys.
Absolutely love it, Jacob. Absolutely love it, my friend. And it's going to be an intimate affair. I believe I heard that. I've also heard it's going to be a tough test. Who doesn't love a tough test? Who doesn't love an intimate affair? Mr. Ugodi, Mr. Ugadi, Mr. Udogi is going to have a tough one with Mr. Mo Salah. He thought Bukayo Saka was tough. Mo Salah, probably even tougher.
Yeah, look, it's gonna be a tough threat, Jack. But look, Udogi has all the capabilities to be able to deal with him. He's got the speed, he's got the strength, and not only that, he's also got super Mickey van der Tongen beside him to help him out as well. So it's not going to be an easy day, as it was, or maybe has been in years gone by for more Salad. But look, Jack, let's keep this rolling. Let's see what Mia from Spurs Between the Lines has to say. Let's go.
Come on, Mia.
Mia here from Spurs Between the Lines. So, my prediction for the Liverpool game is, I feel like it's going to be quite a tricky game. I always think that this game is going to be more of a difficult one than what people maybe would like to think. They've got a absolutely brilliant attack. So that is something that is very, very frightening. It looks like Mo Salah is more assisting than he is scoring so far this season. However, he has always got that goal in his locker. So we have to make sure that we keep them all quiet, which is going to be extremely, extremely difficult, in my opinion. I think that overall we will have a good game. My heart is telling me we're going to win this 3-2, but my head is saying that it's going to be a 2-2 draw. So Let's see if we can continue Angie's great record at home. Come on, you Spurs.
Nice one, Mia. Dave, I hope that he gets to continue this unbeaten record. And let's be honest, we're on Mia's happy clapping choo-choo train because very few Spurs fans would have said, at this stage of the season, we would still be undefeated. Huge, huge opportunity to still go undefeated. And if we did go undefeated after this one, maybe I would actually take back, being happy about a point, because it would just show that we've actually gotten through a lot of tough games and we've shown that we're the real deal this season. So as long as we get something over the line here, I think that shows that Ange has survived a lot of tough tests.
100%. Look, every game he goes into, this is the test, this is the test. Bit like where Arsenal were last season for the majority of it. But look, just do our job and see where it takes us, Jack. We're under no pressure at all. We're in the middle of a rebuild, and we're going out there playing probably the most attractive football in the league. So, all we got to do is just roll out there with confidence and see where it takes us. But, Jack, I hope you haven't lined up the start of the Desmond Tutus again. We had a lot of them last week. I thought we were changing. I thought the result at the North London Derby would make Spurs fans a little bit more confident.
Well, maybe we can get one from our man Marlon over at Southview COYS. Maybe he can get a more confident sort of prediction. Big up to Mia, though, from Spurs Between the Lines.
Yeah. If Marlon predicts a Desmond Tutu, Jack, you're doing the rest on your own. Let's go, Marlon.
Yo, it's Marlon from Southview COYS TV, giving my prediction for Spurs versus Liverpool this weekend. You know what? I think it's going to go a lot like Liverpool games. I think we're going to have a fast start. I think we're going to be good. I think we'll go 1-0 up, and I think we'll be excited and everything like that. But I've got a feeling Liverpool will do what they've done to everyone else, and we'll get 2 in the last 10 minutes. I think Son will score for us, and I think it's going to be the Son and Salah show at the weekend. I personally think it's going to be 2-1. I think if we look at the games, I think Liverpool start off badly, as they have been doing. We'll go 1-0 up, play great football. I think we'll be playing great football. Liverpool will be surprised. Klopp will be surprised. He'll make a tweak, I think, about 60th minute. And I think that might be our downfall. And I think the problem we've got is that if Maddison or Son get injured and it happens anything like we did against the Goons, then I think we're going to kind of regret it against Liverpool. But, I think Liverpool might win this one 2-1. But it won't be one of them we'll come after it and be, oh my God, this, that and the other. I think we'll come out of it and go, you know what, great performance, the boys did great. Let's get on to the next couple of weeks. But I think we're going to be heading for our first defeat of the season. The best that we can really hope for, I think, is even a draw. I just think Liverpool have just got a bit too much in us at the moment and seem to be a bit further along. Even though they've had, if you watched Liverpool in the first half recently, they've been terrible. But I think the way we're playing as well, I think we'll go 1-0 up. Keep up, we'll be on the ropes for a little bit, probably after about the 60th, 70th minute. And I think last 10 minutes, Salah will come out with the goods. But I think it'll be a positive 2-1 to loss instead of a negative one.
Honesty, Dave. Honesty from Mr. Marlon. I mean, it's sort of like with John Stokes, our beloved John Stokes, right? He didn't expect us to get over the line in North London Derby because it's a tough one to get over the line with. And also with this Liverpool fixture, we've always been cursed. But can you give Marlon, any sort of encouragement? Can you find him any sort of reason to maybe change his prediction there? At the end of the day, he gave us some honesty, though, and I appreciate it, Marlon.
Sorry, Jack, I just needed a moment to compose my thoughts. I mean, absolutely speechless. Can't believe he came out here, predicting the loss. What I would say, Jack, if we do get the win, he did mention, Son and Mo Salah, it's going to be their show. So, if we get a result, draw or win, I want Marlon next week to do his prediction, eating a salad in the sun.
All right, there, Marlon. You heard the man. Let's see what maybe British Jack over at Spurs Related has to say. Maybe he's given us a happy clapping answer.
Let's go. Love this kid. He's absolutely brilliant. Matchday vlogs are class. Let's go, Jacko. English Jacko.
Hello everyone, Jack here from Spurs Related. Thanks to Dave and Jack for having me on to give my thoughts and score prediction for this Saturday's game against Liverpool. What a game we have on our hands. Liverpool are currently the only side in the Premier League that Tottenham haven't beat at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and I do believe they're going to change that this Saturday. Let me tell you why. I think Tottenham's current form, the way they're currently playing, the fans backing them every minute of the game and always believing we can turn the result around, which happened against Sheffield United, and we came back twice from Arsenal to get a result, albeit a draw at the weekend. I feel like we're coming into it with massive confidence. Yes, we need to be wary of the qualities of Salah, Luis Diaz, especially Szoboszlai, who started the season fantastically. But at the end of the day, when you're on a high-flying wave right now like Tottenham are, you've got to back the manager, you've got to back the boys. And I think it's going to be an absolute corker, and I'm going to go with a 3-2.
Absolutely love it, British Jack. A nice, happy, clapping answer. And he also brought up as well that, you know, in that Sheffield United game, the Spurs fans, the Spurs crowd, they kept the faith and they kept going to the very last minute, just like how the Spurs, they keep going to the very last minute under Ange. We never stop, Dave.
We never stop, Jack, on. He also mentioned Szoboszlai, which I think is important, the same as Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's back from injury, and I think for me, Jack, right, set pieces, them two are absolute dead ball specialists, and dead set pieces is something that we've had trouble with from pre-season. We've had trouble with this season as well. Arsenal, the penalty led from a corner kick that we failed to clear. So, you know, for me, it's important that we absolutely, you know, try to limit the amount of set pieces that we give to Liverpool, because they will be absolutely dangerous from them. Also trying to keep Luis Diaz quiet. He mentions, you know, all the talk is about Darwin Noodles and more salad. But, you know, little Diaz, the guy that we were after that January, he's an absolute baller. They also have Jota coming off the bench. So just as much as we're relentless, they can also keep their heavy metal football going as well, Jacko. So heavy metal football versus rock and roll football. But I love that Jacko prefers rock and roll.
Let's see if Sonny prefers the rock and roll. Maybe he's going to give us a rock and roll scoreline.
Let's go, Sonny, from Sonny Talk Spurs.
On Dave and Jack, Sonny Talk Spurs here again, and you want my prediction for Liverpool versus Tottenham, because last week I got my Arsenal prediction spot on with the Desmond 2-2. Now this week, Liverpool, I'm backing us to win. I'm going to get off that fence, Dave, so don't worry about that. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for the mighty Spurs. I can see Maddison and Son linking up perfectly again for some beautiful goals. I think Liverpool coming to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, they're going to be a bit worried. I think they're going to be a bit nervous. It'll probably be the biggest test they've faced so far this season as well. So I think the home advantage will do us good. You know, we performed well away from home so far this season. We're still undefeated. I think we're going to do the Reds in, and it's going to be, as I say, a 2-1 win. Come on, you Spurs!
Nice one, Sonny. Nice one, son. Nice one, Sonny. Let's not sit on the fence again. You listen to Dave. I mean, to be fair, Dave, I feel like now he's putting the pressure on you, where he got his original prediction right and sort of, you know, in a way showed you up a little bit there. And now he's also still listening to you and doing it differently. So he's sort of done both at once here. He's gotten his original prediction correct, and now he's listening to you about the fence sitting. I mean, top work there from our man, Sonny.
He's absolutely tortured me, Jack. That's the second time he's mentioned it this week. Of course, the preview we've done on his channel. If you haven't, get over and check that out. But that's the second time he's rubbed it in. But it's good to see that, you know, I'm rubbing off on him, Jack. You know, I'm making him a more positive Spurs fan. You know, I'm getting him behind the team. I'm making him believe. And at least Bob Marley can park, you know, that song, Sonny sitting on the fence. So, you know, we can move on. Sonny's getting behind the team, and I love the fact that he's picked this game to go for a win, even though this is the game where I think many Spurs fans are probably more nervous than the North London Derby. But look, he got it right last week. Let's hope he's spot on again this week.
Hopefully he's spot on again. Exactly right. I think our next man is David, the other Harris from the Cheese Room podcast. Maybe this time he's not been taken hostage. Let's hope so.
No more ransom videos.
No more, please. I hope you're okay, Davo.
It's 5 a.m. Friday morning, and they want another video. Have they paid the ransom? No. Have they given me any notice? No. And they want another prediction out of me and not paid the ransom. It's disappointing. So it's Tottenham v Liverpool. How's it going to go? Well, you've got the big German baby on the line, throwing his toys out the pram because the lover decision isn't wunderbar. So how will it go? I'm predicting 3-3. A bit like the old Aussie RD-Les game, and Robbie Fowler got the goals a bit before your time, lads. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be end-to-end. And no doubt Mo Salah will get a decision when he dives over. And the Liverpool loving in the media will continue. Anyway, I'm really hoping that ransom pays. I do want to get home. Bye.
What a video.
Why do I feel like he's still being held a ransom by his wife and she's had that conversation?
Levy, his wife, somebody in the cheese room is holding him ransom. I'm not too sure, but I feel bad for him. All he's really asked to do is, maybe it's us that's actually keeping him, hostage, because we're keeping him hostage with these prediction videos. We're making him wake up at 5 a.m. Friday morning. I apologize for that, Davo, but I liked the prediction. I love always a good jab at the young Jurgen Klopp, not young Jurgen Klopp, the baby Jurgen Klopp. Maybe that's what I meant, Jung, as in, baby Jurgen Klopp. But yeah, it's a good video as always from the David Harris. Dave, anything that you would say to your man down under, your version of yourself down under?
Look, he's my inspiration, the same name, Jacko. I need to start making ransom videos like that. Absolutely top notch. I love Dave Harris. He's absolutely brilliant. Good sport as well. But look, this is where the power of the Harris army and the Spurs army in general come in. Let's start making memes of Jurgen Klopp sucking his thumb like a baby, just like Dave called him. Let's get it going. Let's keep moving though, Jacko. We now are on to Alan Clark from Time Added On.
Come on, Adam.
Let's hear what he has to say back in front of the mustard wall. It's going to become famous, that.
Hey guys, Salon from Time Added On, and here is my prediction for Tottenham versus Liverpool at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Saturday. I think Spurs can have success, and I think Spurs can continue their unbeaten streak or even beat Liverpool at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium if we do one thing, and that is control the midfield. Liverpool, when I've seen them play and teams have come up against the midfield and control them at times, I've seen them not be as effective supporting that front line. We can take Chelsea opening day of the season. You can take the Newcastle game as well. As soon as teams let up on that midfield, they are able to supply the front line and cause teams problems. If Maddison, if Sark and Basuma control that midfield, not only do you cut off the supply to their front line, but you also bring in players like Kulusevski, like Son, like Brennan Johnson. For me, that is what Spurs do to get the 3 points here. We control that midfield, we make it easier for our front line, we cut off the supply for them, and Spurs run out 3-2 winners.
Very, very good prediction there from our man, Alan from Time Added On. I love the idea of controlling that midfield. And the question to you then, Dave, is it's almost like Liverpool, right? They don't have a true defensive midfielder that's nearly as good as Basuma is. With that sort of added steel that we have from Pop Matasar, from Basuma, and James Maddison works very hard, credit to him. Could we possibly control the midfield maybe a bit more than they could? Because they have a lot of very good creative midfielders, Liverpool, but not many industrious midfielders.
100%. But look, Jack, we've got industrious midfielders and technically gifted
both at once. Yeah.
Huh?
Both at once, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And for me, that's the difference. That's where I think a lot of teams, once they've played Tottenham the first time round, they'll come out of it going, holy shit, because one midfielder that no one talks about outside of the Spurs fan base is Papa Massar. Everyone thinks, it's Basuma or it's Maddison. They forget about Papa Massar, and that guy just goes around like what N'Golo Kante used to do, just break up play, turn it over, and get Spurs back on the front foot. Keep it simple, give it to Maddison, give it to Basuma, let them go and play. Absolutely phenomenal. I think Alan's spot on, like he said, if we can just turn that ball over, then it comes about how good our forward players are on the day. So let's try and make it that sort of game. Very efficient, Alan. Great video, my man.
Nice
Great
one, Alan.
video.
Nice one, Alan. Let's head on over to the Perchy.
Another fence sitter from last week with the Desmond, I believe. Hopefully a bit more positive this week, Perchy, my man. Let's go. Let's hear what he has to say.
How's it going, Jack? How's it going, Dave? My Flat Cat fanboys.
Come on, Perch.
Love it. Love your work, guys. Keep up the good work. You want a prediction for Liverpool versus Spurs at White Hart Lane? Tottenham 2, Liverpool 2. I'll even give you some goal scorers. James Maddison and Dejan Kulusevski. I think it's going to be a really, really interesting game of football. I think we're going to be attacking that defence line really strong, but we've got to worry about the other lot down the other end, because I tell you what, they've got some firepower, haven't they?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a really entertaining game of football. Again, as I always say, hope I'm wrong. I hope we beat them. I tell you what, it's another test for Ange Postecoglou that I think he'll succeed at. Guys, let's enjoy the game. Peace out.
Nice one, Perchy. Nice one, Perchy. I agree with him. It's something I've actually said in the past in kind of my other predictions, or I think on Mia's, I think it was on Spurs Between the Lines, where I said, I'm not really as worried about the defense. Like, I'm not worried about causing Liverpool problems. I felt that way kind of with Arsenal, right? I knew they had a really good defense. They kind of have, a pretty, watertight back line. They have good goalkeepers to pick from. I think Liverpool are actually saved a lot by Alisson. I think that back line, apart from him, are actually a bit leaky, at least leakier than they used to be. They seem to concede quite early in games, and I'm not saying that their defense is bad by any means. I think it's still quite great, but I do think we have a terrific attack and we will cause them problems. Different to Arsenal, though, I think Liverpool's attack is better than Arsenal's attack, and they will be more dangerous. They have Luis Diaz, who's back from injury, seems to be in very good form. Mo Salah always seems to score against Spurs and always seems to get the luck of the draw against us. And then Darwin Nunez, probably after, the amount of times I've made fun of him and called him a donkey and everything, is back with revenge in the Premier League, and he's definitely in good form right now. Cody Gakpo, very good player. Jota, very good player. They have a lot of good options. And their midfielders can score too. Yeah.
And that's the thing, Jack, right? They can be as relentless as us. They can also change it off the bench, just like we can at times, to keep that relentlessness. So, look, it's going to be an absolute fascinating game. I wonder what we have to do to make Perchy predict the window, Jack, on going into one of these big games. Because it's easy to do it against Luton. But let's see his prediction for the Chelsea game. Another big game. Let's see if we can get him off that bench, Jack. Or, Bob Marley might have to come out with two little birds. Big up, Perchy. Big up, my man. Now,
last but not least, the big box office.
And entertainment. I like to call him the professor of waffle and entertainment. I'll give him the entertainment crown. But look, let's go. Let's see what he has to say.
What's your boy, Mr. Box Office from Mr. Box Office TV, giving my prediction to the Liverpool game on Saturday evening, and our prediction is Liverpool winning 2-1. My reason for that,
surprised, though.
Tottenham Hotspur play fantastic football, and they'll deal with the press, but Liverpool have got a clinical strike force. And when Tottenham Hotspur leave out Son or Maddison at that team, you know what we haven't got on the bench, and that's it. So, unfortunately, truth hurts. Coming from your boy, your man, Mr. Box Office, the main event, the Professor of Truth and Entertainment, the ratings killer, as I've just proven right now. And if you don't know, get to know.
Oh, my Lord. He has delivered actually some truth in this one. Not as much waffle. A lot of truth from Mr. Davies. But I don't know. I feel like it's true. The attack, it's very good of Liverpool. It's one thing I'm very worried about. They can score goals from Trent. He's a terrific set-piece taker. You have Van Dijk, who's a huge set-piece threat from those set-piece taken. Szoboszlai, I'll be honest, is probably one of the best strikers of a ball in Europe, like the way he can strike a ball. McAllister is a World Cup winning midfielder. He can run the show when, in form. Like I said, a lot of good attackers up front that they have to pick from. Some of them will be even left on the bench. And if Maddison and or Sonny are left out of our team, that would be a huge loss. I think Sonny's a huge one just because he's the biggest, finisher in our team. I don't know if we can really say anybody else is, really a true sort of kind of world-class finisher like he is. But yeah, Dave, what would you say to the Professor of Truth and Entertainment?
Don't forget he now calls himself the ratings killer as well. But what I will say, Jacko, is I think he's spot on about maybe the impact of the bench. With losing someone like Ivan Perisic, that impact sort of lessens. Brennan Johnson is now out as well. So it'd be interesting to see, does the bench have a part to play? Because last week we ended up having to take off Maddison and Son.
Yeah.
Maddison, because he's been playing with knock since he's arrived, but also jarred his knee, and Sonny as well. So when they came off, I thought we handed the impetus back to Arsenal for a little period of that time added on after 90 minutes. So I think Alex has a point. He's just so entertaining. He really is. I just want to say to people out there, you know, his lines are about 10 lines long now on his catchphrase on the sign out. So why not add one
impressive.
more? People in the comments, this is where you thrive best. Get another line in there for Alex to sign off on.
So many
Absolutely.
catchphrases to have to memorize and have to get through, but he does them efficiently and he does them very well. Big man, top man Alex. Absolutely love it. Thanks for sending in those great predictions, my friend. Thank you to everybody else, all the other content creators around the Spurs community for sending in your predictions. Hopefully you enjoyed this edition of it, everybody. Smash that like button, please. Feel free to check out their channels in the description down below, and we will be seeing ya. Come on, you Spurs. In the Big Ange, we trust. We never stop. See everybody. Have a good one.